We pick up with Krell's forces having control of the Umbaran air base, although not uncontested. The Umbarans may have been relying on this base, but they have more forces elsewhere. The advantage of fighting locally is that you are local. If you're fighting in New York City, it's a lot easier to get backup from Times Square than it would be from St. Louis. Krell doesn't appreciate that, though.
Have all Umbaran security reconfigured and locked down. Interrogate the prisoners if you have to. But I want this base under our complete control, and I don't want excuses.
Sir.
I'm supposed to tell you my dog ate my homework, my alarm didn't go off, the traffic was awful, and the check is in the mail. Obi-Wan calls up to say, nice work, but our princess is in another castle. Now that the airbase is no longer delivering supplies, a supply ship in orbit has taken over that job, and is dropping missiles on the Republic too, because this planet wasn't hostile enough already. There was some grass that wasn't trying to kill them. Their attempts to destroy the supply ship has failed. Krell has a plan, though. Ignore reality. They'll just press their attack on the capital regardless of how well supported the enemy might be, while missiles drop from the sky on his troops. What can go wrong? Or, a more pertinent question, what can go right? Rex tries to salvage what he can, like suggesting coordinating with Obi-Wan, but as usual, Krell won't hear any nonsense that doesn't sound like direct assault without cover or support. Krell is as single-minded as a 13-year-old boy in a cleavage gallery.
He's out of control. He is not acting like the other Jedi. He has no respect for us.
Leadership continues to be an issue that we're seeing in this arc, and why General Krell is bad at it. It's not because he's a dick, even though he is, but he is clearly not capable of commanding this unit. Since Krell is known to be a great general, there are thus three possibilities here. One is that he is deliberately acting this way, possibly through coercion or mind control, or it could just be that he is a dick, which we have established. Two, that he has suffered an undetected injury that is compromising his judgment. We don't know. Who knows what this planet can do to people? Some kind of slug that crawls into your brain and makes you an asshole? It's possible. And of course, there's three. Krell does not understand this particular kind of combat. Any officer worth his pay would know that Anakin's forces are an infantry unit with very light vehicle backup. There's no armor, there's no artillery, there's no troop transport, no aerial assets. This is ideal for the kind of mission it was deployed for, to send small mobile forces of highly trained and adaptable units to engage the defenses and then to withdraw, to pull together into large forces and then disperse from their individual units afterwards. Throwing away the plan and saying frontal assault with a forced march up the road is to take a nail gun and then, having looked at it carefully, pounding a nail into the wall using the housing of the nail gun. The right tool for the job, used completely wrong. So, Five suggests an alternative. With the Umbaran ships here on the airbase and the access codes that they were able to crack from the system, they could get past the enemy lines and take care of the supply ship themselves. It'd be a lot less risky than marching in a straight line during a summer shower of missiles. Rex brings this plan to Krell, but naturally he shoots down the plan, because 2 to 4 more bodies are going to make all the difference in this ridiculous skirmish. But Fives isn't willing to accept this and says that he's prepared to carry out the plan and suffer the consequences, leading to the other recurring theme of this storyline, the conflict between Fives and Rex. Rex has a code of honor which he follows. He's seen things. He's been in situations that have been hopeless, and his code saw him through that. Fives, on the other hand, learned the vital lesson of putting your life in the hands of your squad, and has since watched all those people die or be captured. He's learned that sometimes you have to watch out for each other because those are the only people that will always have your back. So it's Rex's sense of honor in the face of death versus Fives' belief in protecting his comrades in arms no matter what it takes. So Rex can't support this, and Fives can't ignore it. There are times, though, when orders be damned, you have to do the right thing. Okay, sometimes the right thing can look like the wrong thing.
Trooper, what's going on down there?
Hey, I got this.
Report, Trooper.
Yes, sir. Everything's fine in the hangar, sir. Nothing's out of control down here.
The word fine is relative after all. I mean, compared to the body count it's taken to get here, not being shot at can be considered fine.
That's gonna leave a mark.
That, admittedly, is less fine. Just as Hardcase figures out how the controls work, Krell shows up wanting to know what the hell is going on. Hardcase blames it on an enemy booby trap, which covers their asses, but it's all the justification needed to nix the plan. Can't risk flying booby trap ships. Now, get ready to march in a straight line through the open field left by the last missile bombardment. They're going to do it anyway, and Rex decides the most that he can do right now is turn a blind eye. But there's one person who won't. Dogma.
We have to tell him. If we know what they're up to, and we keep our mouths shut, then we'll be complicit in that insubordination. Do you really want to be court-martialed?
You'll be shot before you get a chance to be blown up. Speaking of which, our trio of pilots forgets that they're flying into a war zone and that there's a fair chance that, as enemy ships, their own men might be shooting at them. Although that would be consistent with most of Krell's plans anyway. As for Krell, he learns that 3 fighters are missing and demands to know what's going on, but Rex says they're on recon, to check out the area so that they can carry out his plan more effectively. Wouldn't want to be vaporized inefficiently now, would we? He also cows Dogma into turning right around and heading back to the barracks. Rex does see the wisdom in this strategy. The clones were created because they're better than droids after all.
Break time is over. Get back to work.
I rest my case. If this seems similar to what happened in The Phantom Menace, Five says that he got the plan from a story Anakin told him. But it seems the droids learned something and have put up a ray shield to protect the reactor. But Hardcase isn't going to let a little thing like that stop him, so he exits his craft and pushes the missile through by hand. There's no small irony to that, after so many suicidal attacks during this campaign, that Hardcase goes on a suicide mission to try to bring all of that to an end. Well, with their incredible success behind them, one likely to ensure victory on Umbara, you'd expect Krell to be at least willing to turn a blind eye to a little insubordination. But Krell will not stomach the slightest bit of disobedience. And no, they're not sent off to peel potatoes or anything. He drops the hammer like, well, a barrage of missiles from orbit.
They will be court-martialed. They will be found guilty. And they will be executed.
Man, that frog is such a dick.